both of these dogs will take a knife for you. That part isn't in question. A good Doberman and a good German Shepherd will both put their body in front of yours and mean it. So this isn't a video about which one loves you more, because that's a lie people tell to sell a preference. This is about which one is actually still standing over you when it's finished, because these two dogs die for you in completely opposite ways, and one of those ways works, while the other one gets the dog killed for nothing. And here's the part that's going to bother some of you. The dog most people assume is the answer, is the one that fails in the exact situation you'd actually need it for. Not because it's a coward, because of how it's wired. Keep that in your head, because we're going to get to the moment it breaks. I've broken down almost every guardian breed on this channel, and this specific matchup, Doberman against German Shepherd, gets the angriest comments I get on anything every single time, because people confuse loyalty with effectiveness and get genuinely offended when you separate the two. So here's exactly what you're getting in the next few minutes. The two opposite ways these dogs are built to sacrifice themselves. The precise moment the obvious pick fails you. The one scenario where all of that logic flips upside down, and at the end, the honest answer to which dog is more likely to actually die before it lets anyone put a hand on you. Stay for the flip. It is not the breed you're expecting, and I'll show you why. Let's start with the thing everybody gets wrong, because the whole misunderstanding lives here. When you picture a dog dying to protect you, you picture aggression, teeth, noise, a dog that goes off like a bomb. And by that measure, most people hand it to the German Shepherd on reputation alone, the police dog, the military dog, the one from every movie. But dying for you was never about aggression. It's about commitment in the one moment the dog's own body is screaming at it to run. That's the entire test. Not who barks louder, not who looks meaner in the thumbnail, who holds the line, when holding the line means getting hurt. Everything in this video comes back to that single question. Now here's where the two breeds split, and they split hard. The German Shepherd is built to work with you. That's its genius, and it's also its ceiling. For more than 100 years, it's been refined as a handler's dog, a partner that takes direction, reads a human, and executes a plan. Drop a shepherd into a protection situation and watch what it does. It assesses, it positions, it reads you, it looks for the play. It's working the problem alongside you like the police partner it was literally designed to be. When a German Shepherd dies for you, it dies executing a job, and there is something magnificent about that. But look closely at what's underneath it. There's a dependency baked into the whole design. The Shepherd is at its absolute best when there's a plan, a handler, a structure to slot into. Its courage is real, but it's collaborative courage. It's built to be half of a team. The Doberman is wired in a completely different direction, and this is the part almost nobody actually understands about the breed. The Doberman didn't come from farms or battlefields. It was invented by one man, Louis Dobermann, a German tax collector in the 1800s who walked into dangerous places for a living and needed a dog that would come with him and act on its own judgment. Not a herder, not a livestock guardian standing in a field, a personal bodyguard built from nothing for one job. Stay welded to its person and deal with threats to that person independently, without waiting to be told. That origin produced a very specific kind of wiring that people misread constantly. A Doberman isn't scanning for the play, it's scanning you. Its entire threat assessment system is organized around the one human it's bonded to, and it does not wait for a command. It is the most human-focused of all the major protection breeds, and that focus is the whole story of how it dies for you. Let me make the difference concrete, because this is where it clicks. A threat comes through the door. The German Shepherd orients to the threat. It squares up, engages the problem, works the danger like a task to be solved. The Doberman orients to you. It throws itself between you and the threat almost before it's finished processing what the threat even is. One dog attacks the danger. The other dog becomes a wall in front of the thing it loves. Both can end with a dead dog on the floor. But that's instinct, to interpose its own body instantly with no command, no plan, no cue, is exactly why, when you strip this question down to its bones, which one dies before it lets anyone touch you, the Doberman's wiring points more directly at that precise outcome than almost any dog on earth. It was built on purpose, by design, to be the thing standing between a man and harm. So that's it. Doberman wins. Roll credits? No. Here comes the flip. And this is the part that lights up my comment section, so stay with me. The Doberman's total obsession with its person is also its weak point, and it fails in a way that gets the dog killed for nothing. That intense bond, that razor sensitivity, means a Doberman that wasn't seriously socialized and trained can misread the whole situation. It becomes reactive instead of decisive. It spooks. It commits to the wrong threat. It can even fold under real pressure if it wasn't built up properly as a young dog, because the exact same sensitivity that makes it interpose so beautifully also makes it far more fragile to bad breeding and lazy raising. And there's a second problem the Doberman carries that the Shepherd doesn't share as sharply, a genetic one. The breed is haunted by dilated cardiomyopathy, a heart disease that kills a heartbreaking number of Dobermans young, sometimes with no warning at all. A dog that would die for you is worth a lot less if it's statistically likely to die on you at 6 years old from a heart that simply stopped. That's not a footnote. Right now, that's the defining tragedy of the entire breed. The German Shepherd, meanwhile, wins on the exact axis the Doberman loses: reliability across a wider range of conditions. A properly bred working-line Shepherd holds its nerve in chaos, in noise, in confusion, with multiple threats moving at once, because that is precisely the environment it was hammered into shape in for a century. Its courage is more robust, more repeatable across more individual dogs, more forgiving of an owner who isn't a professional trainer. The Doberman at its best interposes faster than anything. The Shepherd at its average holds better than almost anything, and at its average is what actually matters, because you don't get to handpick the one perfect specimen out of the litter. You get the dog you get, and the Shepherd's floor sits higher off the ground. Let me be honest about where I'm generalizing, because anyone who genuinely trains these dogs is about to push back, and they'd be right to. Individual dog beats breed every single time. A superbly bred, expertly raised Doberman will outprotect a mediocre Shepherd all day long, and a nervous, backyard-bred Shepherd, of which there are millions, because popularity absolutely wrecked the gene pool, will fail you completely at the worst possible moment. Breed only sets the odds. Bloodline and training set the outcome. Anybody selling you a clean, "this breed always wins," is selling you something, and you shouldn't buy it. But you ask me a specific, brutal question, and I'm not going to hide behind "it depends." If you're asking which dog is wired to throw its body between you and harm with no command, on pure instinct in the first half second, it's the Doberman. That's the thing it was invented to be. Nothing in the dog world is more purpose-built to become the wall in front of its person. If you're asking which dog is more reliably going to actually pull it off across imperfect breeding, chaos, and an owner who isn't a pro, it's the German Shepherd, and it isn't close. So which one do you actually want? A dog whose instinct points more perfectly at that exact sacrifice, but is more fragile in both temperament and health, or a dog slightly less laser-lock on interposing, but tougher, steadier, and far more likely to still be alive and functional when the moment finally comes? That's the real trade, not love, not toughness. Fragile perfection against robust reliability. And here's the uncomfortable truth underneath the entire thing, the part this whole video has been quietly circling. Neither dog decides whether it dies for you. You do. A Doberman that will interpose its body for you is built in the first year of its life. The socialization, the training, the bond you either forge or fail to. A Shepherd that holds line in chaos is built the exact same way. The wiring is only potential. Both of these breeds are capable of the single most loyal act an animal can perform for a human being, and both of them will fail at it completely if the person holding the leash treated the dog like a decoration instead of a partner. So stop asking which breed would die for you. The breed is just raw material. Ask whether you're going to become the kind of owner a dog would actually die for, because that dog makes its decision in a fraction of a second, running on nothing but the relationship you built or didn't. The intruder won't care what breed you picked. Your dog won't be thinking about its bloodline. In that half second, it'll be thinking about one thing: you. Make sure you gave it a reason.